Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Holy shit. What the hell? No! Hmm, hmm, hmm.
All right. Am I there?
Yeah, you there? Am I there?
Nope. You going in and out.
Ah! I was wondering what the hell was going on this side.
Yeah.
Let me keep this shit.
You're very unusual. Usually your shit be on point.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's always fucking around with a broke ass damn internet.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's the King and I Life podcast hosted by myself, Soul Touch the Poet, and my man, Sun Solex.
Yes, sir.
As always, you know where to find us. You know exactly where to find us. So go find us and like, subscribe, and share.
Yes, indeed. Like, subscribe, and share. Do that part right there.
All that part. So we're gonna continue on talking about elderly and social media. So let's talk about the benefits of social media. And the first thing we're gonna talk about is mental stimulation and window to the world.
Yes. I think that goes a long way as far as like helping them mentally, because when they get on up, they don't like to venture out as much as they used to. They pretty much got a routine down to a certain extent that they like to stick to. But when it comes down to social media, it gives them that opportunity to watch their grandkids or their kids or other family members out living life. So I think that part right there gives them comfort in knowing, that I'm not missing out on, my grandbaby's life and what they got going on, or, whoever it is that they're related to. So that is definitely a window to the world for them. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. The other thing about that, as we was talking about earlier, that healthy interaction, that mental stimulation is a plus as well because, you know, if you're not keeping your brain active, uh, it's easy for your brain to just start just shutting down and stuff
Yeah.
like that. A lot of, back in the day, it was crossword puzzles and actual puzzles and, all of that stuff to keep the brain going, keeping the mind stimulated. But, with social media, it's like, it's a learning curve to that too. You might give them a smartphone and they learn how to log on to Facebook. That's a learning thing.
Mm-hmm.
Learning how to post, send instant messages, video chat on there, and all that stuff. So I definitely look at that part as a good thing, to that mental stimulation. And as far as a window to the world, hey, if they got friends that's across the country or something like that, they don't have to worry about or wait for them to send pictures in the mail or talk on the phone with somebody talking about where they are, even though that gives them that's mental stimulation as well if they can picture that environment that they're talking about. But with social media and smartphones, now you could show the video. Hey, look where I'm at. Blah blah blah. It gets that energy going and get them hyped up and everything.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, a lot of my relatives that are, in the South, they do have sisters and brothers who are in the North, meaning around New York and New Jersey and other places are that way, but it's pretty obvious uh, that they're not going to be getting together anytime soon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
either one of them is not going to make that trip. I don't give a damn if you talking about flying. They're just not going to make that
Mm-hmm.
trip.
Right.
And of course, it's we get it. When you get
Yeah.
older like that, you don't like to be around a whole lot of folks. Especially people here in the South, man. They be like, no, I don't want to be around different energy.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Yeah.
I get it, man. I get it totally. But when they have that much space in between them, being able to, at least see each other on social media, I think that gives them comfort.
Yeah.
A lot of times, nowadays, the sad part about it is the only time we really get together is when there's either a death in the family or
So a wedding.
or a wedding. Thank you.
Yeah.
So again, when this social media thing came in and they started getting a hang of it, I couldn't have been more happier for some of the older people in my family because again they're like, well, I ain't seen so and so in years, but there they go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or they talk to each other on the phone now. Thankfully we have that technology, but I don't know. I just couldn't be more happy about that aspect of it. Because again, the mental stimulation of knowing that my cousin or my sister or brother who I haven't seen in years, I can just log on and see what that side of the family has going on, and it gives them. I'm not gonna say hope, but it gives them a reason to smile, if you will.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Yeah, but us getting together for funerals and weddings, I've been hearing that nonsense for so long, and it's so sad that people have to say that we are still saying that.
Yes.
I know it's been said way before our time and all of that, but as good as social media is for the elderly, and the benefits of it, that in all this, that, and other, you don't have to wait for a funeral or a wedding to see them. I don't think it should be a substitute for that. But
Right.
again, as you mentioned, some people can't travel or don't want to travel. Can't they're not feeling getting on a plane. Completely understand it, and they physically cannot sit in the car for an extended amount of time.
Right.
So I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So I mean, I can't knock it too much, but it is great that that option is out there.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about, I think with older people, they're so used to human touch. Meaning, they're so used to, seeing people interacting, hugging, kissing, doing the things that human beings love to do. So it's again, it's kind of like the second best thing to that.
Right.
Unfortunately, I mean, with this whole COVID thing and how that has affected society now, especially with older folks, they don't mess around when it comes down to getting sick. Like, oh, you coughing? No, don't bring your ass over here.
Right.
So at least this way, again, they can talk to you and still pass on that knowledge that they have, and not feel bad about you, invading their space any kind of way. So.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's funny though. So what about social opportunities?
A social opportunity. Give me a little bit more on that one.
Um, for social opportunities, a lot of elderly people um used to go to like bingo and senior centers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, volunteering and stuff like that. For those who are savvy enough to navigate social media and technology these days,
Right.
they have the opportunity to still do those things if they have limited mobility.
True. I think um, it has definitely, stifled, how they get out like that. Um, again, with this whole COVID thing, they're so used to trying to stay as independent as they possibly can.
Yeah.
So going out to bingo or playing shuffleboard or tossing around the bean bags and all those type of things, they enjoyed those things, especially when it comes down to their longtime friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm sure that's a very tough situation for them to be in nowadays because they were so
Mm-hmm.
used to getting out like that. So,
Yeah.
but things are starting to open back up now. So hopefully they'll get back that close to that. I don't think they'll get on everything that they used to do, but I'm sure there are gonna be some things there they're definitely going to try to get back to.
Yeah. And another good thing, another benefit to that is church for those elderly people who were heavy in the church. In their more mobile days and younger days,
Right.
they're doing a lot of church services online. So that social aspect is a benefit for them as well. So it's like, I can't get out the church and this, that, and the other, and I feel bad. Hey, you know what? Let me put your church service on your live Facebook church service thing right there on Instagram or whatever the case may be. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So they still have that inclusion, even though they can't physically be there. And those who were like, well, I want to give my tithes, this, that, and the other. Hey, you can do it on your phone. You can do it on social media. You can do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when it comes to those social opportunities, I think it's a win-win situation. Even though they would prefer to physically be there, but hey, it's a nice alternative for that.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Especially when it come down to church, but they gonna sing now. They gonna sing. They gonna.
They are go, boy. They gonna shout. They go, ooh, Lord.
They gonna do all
They
that.
gonna.
They gonna go to clapping. They gonna go to tapping their foot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They be on it, man. Love it. Gotta love
Swing low, sweet chariot.
Oh man, you have to love it, boy. To me, there's nothing funnier. I have to agree with Chris Rock. Chris Rock once said, "There's nothing funnier than an old black man,"
Mm.
and he's right because if you've been around a lot of older black men, they be so serious, but they be telling the truth, and it be so
Man,
funny. Like, oh my god.
yeah, they be having that serious face on too, boy.
Mm-hmm.
That serious face ain't
Yeah,
no
man.
joke.
Don't play with it.
Oh
Don't play
man,
with it.
better not. You better not play with it, boy. You don't know what you look here.
Okay.
Better chill out, young whippersnapper. Better chill on out.
Heck yeah.
Papa got a brand new bag.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it'd be so funny. Okay, let's stay on topic. Let's stay on topic. Does it enhance family connections? You think?
I mean, we kind of mentioned this before, but yeah, it does. It definitely like let's just say you haven't seen family members in a long time, or you're just meeting family members for the first time, whatever the case may be. Um, it definitely does that, especially for older people. You know, you and I are starting to get into the second half of our lives, and you know, we got family members that we probably are out of touch with, and it could be a friend of a friend on social media, and you might meet them for the first time or reconnect with them. So
Yeah.
I think it definitely does that. It also gives the elderly the opportunity to get to know um, family members or whatever the case may be in a comfortable environment. Um, you know, you have, you know, elderly people who probably haven't seen some friends or whatever for 30, 40, 50 years, you know,
Yeah.
since they was like in their 30s, and, you know, now they up in their 70s and 80s. And it's like, oh, damn, you know, social media just, it provides that connection for that. I know I've experienced that on social media, because I remember when I first got on Facebook, and it's like, oh, I know this person, I know this person, I know this person, and then you see, you know, well, this person is friends with this person. It's like, oh, wow, that person, where this person been? I ain't seen this person like 10, 15, 20 years or whatever the case may be. So it definitely enhances family connections.
Oh, heck yeah.
It you know, and it's so much easier, especially for the elderly, because if they if they can't pick up a pen and write like they used to, or whatever the case may be, it might be easy for them to get on that phone or on a computer and peck at them keys or whatever, and still be able to connect with people.
But the thing about it is, like, unfortunately, a few weeks back, you know, when I went to that funeral I was telling you about, me and my dad, man, there were so many people there that, you know, were either that are friends with my dad or related to my dad. Excuse me. And they're like, man, I ain't seen your son since he was 13 or 14, or since he was 5 or something like that. Like, that's how long it's been since he's seen, you know, some of these people.
Right.
And, you know, at the age I am now, so you know, that tells you exactly how long that was. Like,
right.
But it was funny because they were like, "You on Facebook? Hit me up on Facebook." Or something like that. So it was totally cool, man. It was great because, you know, he saw a lot of the cats he hadn't seen in, you know, eons, as they say. And they were able to connect like that. You know, look me up on Facebook.
Oh man, when you was telling that story, I was thinking that exact line right there. Hit me up on Facebook. That's the new. Let me give you my phone number.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, because it's like back in the day, it's like, hey, give me your phone number. You know, back in the day, it was like, you know, you pulling out your pen and paper and your little phone book, you writing the phone number down, and then, you know, you get to the cell phone age, and it's like, let me put your number in my cell phone, and then you progress, shoot me a text message, and now it's, hey, follow me on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. You know, I see you on there. So it's funny how we've progressed from that to where we are now, and then for the elderly to be, you know, able to enjoy and engage in that. And it's like, damn, look at this old head talking about hit me up on Facebook. Yo, wait a minute. I'm not ready. But it's like, I think it's dope. Because like we were saying, you know, they ain't seen people in decades, and it's like, hey, hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Instagram, and then after that, you'll probably exchange numbers, or you'll exchange numbers. Hey, are you on Facebook? And then it goes on from there.
Yep. Exactly.
That's funny.
It
That's
is.
funny.
Believe me, I was chuckling, but I was enjoying every minute of
Oh yeah, yeah. That's dope. That's dope.
it.
Oh, so making new friends while keeping the old ones. Um, that is very, very, very common, very simple, and in a lot of cases it's fluid. Because I know a vast majority of the friends that I have on social media are people either we went to school with in Germany, that I knew in Germany, or that are brats just like us.
Right.
Then I have that small percentage that are my family, and then it's a large percentage of people that I just met on Facebook. From so with the elderly, it's just pretty much the same thing. It's like, yes, everybody has their friends over here and their friends over there, and then they got their family, and then they got they post something, and your family is commenting, your friends are commenting, and then somebody else's friend comments, and this, that, and the other, and it's like, they gravitate toward each other. You find out you got something in common. They start inboxing each other, exchanging phone numbers, and there you go. You got a new friendship going on.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's exactly how we make friends is exactly how they make friends.
Yeah.
And it's usually, more so for them, a friend that they know has another friend that they, may have known way back in the day, but hadn't connected in years. But because they're friends, with this certain person, that's how they reconnect and stuff. I think that's totally awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely, because yeah, and that keeps them vibrant and young and engaged in stuff like that, because everybody gets bored with their regular friends and family. You meet new people, and then there's no telling where that goes. Like, it's like you might find out that your cousin's friend is in the same city as you, and get together, start hanging out, and then you building bonds and this, that, and the other, and it's like staying active all over.
Yeah. Because I know my grandma, when she was more active, and in the city where she basically made her life at, her friends and her would be talking pretty much every day or making plans every day. Needless to say, they ain't driving, but they getting to where they need to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
somebody taking them somewhere.
Yeah. And oh man, it's just such a blast to watch. Those episodes happen. My grandmother's now at the age where basically that's how she keeps in touch with people, is through Facebook and making calls, but she don't make calls as often as she used to.
Right.
Due to age and getting older and having other things on your mind. But it's totally awesome, I feel.
Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely
online support groups.
Yeah. The great thing about that is, again, they can't get out to the senior centers and this, that, and the other. And sometimes it's easier for them to connect with people that they don't know.
Right.
Because to a degree, it's less judgment. It's easier to find the support groups online. It doesn't cost them anything. It doesn't inconvenience them, and and a lot of it helps them with social media as well.
Yeah. It definitely does because um, when you again reach that certain age group and you start seeing your friends pass on to the next level, it can become a little bit depressing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard my elderly folks in my family talk about it. Like, there's so many of my friends have gone or passed on, and it's like they try not to dwell on it. So
Mm-hmm.
having that online support group, as far as like people who are actually experiencing some of the same things that they're experiencing, um, I think that again help keep their spirits up and keeps them, from thinking about the good old days and
Yeah.
things along that line where that person isn't here anymore.
All right. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely can agree with that.
But
Definitely can agree with that. Yeah. But hey, that was part two of LA and social media. Thanks everybody for joining us. The King on LA podcast hosted by myself, Soul Touch of the Poet, and my brother.
sounds so Lex.
Look, as we always say, you know how to hit us up, you know how to connect with us. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, the good goods. What you got for on that?
And once again, if you guys would like to be a guest on our show, or if you want to have us discuss a topic you have in mind, you guys can reach out to us at KINGANDEYE369 at gmail.com. Again, that's KingandI369 at gmail.com. We'd love to have you on, and let's chop it up. But until then, you guys can reach us on all the major podcast platforms. We on Patreon, we on Instagram, we on Twitter, of course Facebook. So
Oh yeah,
we ain't hard to find. Promise you.
we ain't hard to find. We ain't hard to find.
Heck yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.